Jackson Radio Show.
So following this breaking news out of Washington, some serious allegations this morning facing the State Department.
That's right. According to internal State Department memos, the agency might have called off or intervened in investigation into possibly illegal and inappropriate behavior within its ranks, allegedly to protect jobs and avoid scandals. This concerns the time that Hillary Clinton was Secretary of State. We want to get right to NBC's chief White House correspondent, Chuck Todd, with the latest. Chuck, good morning to you.
Good morning, Savannah. You know, there's an old saying in Washington that the cover-up is worse than the crime. But in this case, both parts of it are disturbing. Allegations of prostitution and pedophilia, and allegations that those crimes were somehow covered up or not looked into. So the State Department this morning is having to respond to those claims and those investigations of misconduct by State Department officials, including by an ambassador and security agents attached to then Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. And the allegations are that these investigations were whitewashed, quashed altogether, and that those orders came from high up.
NBC News has obtained documents related to ongoing investigations into some disturbing allegations involving State Department personnel and at least one ambassador. A State Department memo says the ambassador, quote, routinely ditched his protective security detail in order to solicit sexual favors from both prostitutes and minor children. The memo also says a top State Department official directed department investigators to, quote, cease the investigation into the ambassador's conduct. It's just one of what another document describes as, quote, several examples of undue influence from top state officials.
Welcome back, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. That report was from 2013. You guys probably don't even remember it, right? That was 2013. You have politicians covering up inappropriate behavior is what they call it. Illegal and inappropriate behavior related to prostitution and pedophilia. Covered up, not looked into. An ambassador and security agents, people that were under then Secretary of State Hillary Rodham Clinton, and orders were to cover it up. Now, this guy, the ambassador, they say, ditched his protective details so that he could go be with prostitutes and underage children. Somebody from high up in the Obama administration said, squash the story, and the media did it. And you want to know why Hollywood has covered up for Weinstein? You're getting a look at exactly what happens when Hollywood and the left, powerful people, decide the rules don't apply to them. These are the people that will tell you they want to help children as they essentially prostitute them, that they want to help women as they objectify them and use them. And they want to let black folks know, we want to help you. They want to let Mexicans know, we want to help you. If the left says they want to help you, trust me, they're going to give you a street corner and they're going to show up asking for their money periodically. And you're going to go, this wasn't the way I thought we were going to be helping each other. Fast forward, Harvey Weinstein. They claim that because of what's happened, he may break the silence in Hollywood. Now, I've talked earlier in the broadcast and said, okay, I'm waiting on it. The only silence that's been broken in Hollywood thus far is everybody willing to pile on Harvey. Okay, get it. He's at the bottom of the pile. I see all of you stacked up like a big old leftist Christmas tree. I get it. But what are you really doing to change Hollywood? Because I've yet to hear of a single other allegation from Hollywood on anybody else. Here's what Variety writes. Harvey Weinstein's implosion has been cathartic for Lauren Sivan, one of the dozens of women who have come forward in recent days alleging that once celebrated mogul was a serial sexual harasser and abuser. It's a moment of justice and public condemnation that seemed all but impossible to imagine mere weeks ago when Weinstein enjoyed a position as one of the most powerful figures in media, a skilled operator whose connections stretched from Capitol Hill to Wall Street and whose sense of entitlement knew no bounds. Now, folks, this is Variety magazine, a leftist rag writing about Harvey Weinstein, having to face the music. Do you get what I'm telling you? Sivan said, you reap what you sow. I know that he believed for years that he was untouchable, and a lot of people helped him be untouchable. Hollywood's veil of secrecy has been pierced, and such complicity and enabling may no longer be tolerated in a company town that has long protected its own. Now, I talked earlier, I ended up going into different subjects, so I wanted to come back to this. And I had said earlier that they want to make you believe that Hollywood is now ripe for change. And I jokingly put a meme up that said, yeah, Hollywood, nobody's coming out to say a word about anybody else. Harvey Weinstein is apparently the only one. They want you to believe that all the criminals, the sexual harassers in Hollywood have now been rolled into Harvey, and we're dumping him. So guess what, everybody? The rest of them will clean up their acts. We don't need to embarrass anybody else. And I said, yep, change we can believe in, because I wanted to use Obama's terminology to say nothing is going to change in Hollywood. It's only going to get worse. They'll cover up for a little bit. Hey, everybody, cease and desist on the casting couch. All right? Let's just chill for a little bit. But let me tell you, you don't come to power like that and be able to wield it. These are people that don't stay in power a long time. They really don't. Studio heads change quite often. Who's the best actor who gets the best roles is subject to change at any time. The majority of Hollywood people are just rotating. There's only a few heavyweights, the De Niros, Kevin Spacey, people like that. There's only a few of them. When you really think about all the waiters and waitresses, even the people that get bit parts and things that you recognize their faces, they're just in Hollywood struggling, man. They are at the mercy of a system that says you got to be beautiful, you got to be with the in crowd, you got to have money, you got to have clout, you name it. And what these people are willing to do for it would blow your little freaking minds. Anyway, they said, we're shining a bright light on aggressors and powerful offenders as an example to every other employee out there. That's what TV commentator Wendy Walsh, who was one of O'Reilly's accusers. Let me tell you something. Bill O'Reilly, in comparison to Harvey Weinstein, is a saint. And I by no means believe that Bill O'Reilly's a saint. But compared to Weinstein, are you kidding? And that's not to exonerate Bill O'Reilly. He shouldn't have done what he did. I don't know what he's done, to be honest with you. His allegations are still just accusations for the most part. Weinstein's are pretty much acceptable. People have accepted these women as telling the truth about Harvey. Shining a bright light. And I look at this. We're shining a bright light on aggressors and public offenders, plural. They're shining no bright lights on anybody except Harvey Weinstein. Folks, a sale is being made right now. A sale. They are selling you and me, trying to, on the idea that they're cleaning up their act. Harvey's it. Ask yourself, there have been many opportunities. I've read all the stories. I'll use Reese Witherspoon. I used her earlier, not for Hollywood purposes, but for the sake of this discussion. Yeah. She's a pretty girl, but I did not use her. But Reese Witherspoon talked about an encounter at 16 with somebody, and she didn't name a name. Terry Crews didn't name a name. Other people have mentioned other people outside of Harvey Weinstein, and you cannot, I dare you, go find an article where somebody said it was this producer when I was this age and it happened on this location. Even anything close to that. You can't find it. So my question to everybody is, why? Why are they, if you're going to pull the veil back and you're looking for a time to do it, look, if I was an actor and somebody had done that crap to me and I felt powerless to do something and I learned that Weinstein had done it to other people, I would be narking on I would be like, man, I walk into the old boy's office. He was sitting there butt naked with his booty up on a chair. I was like, what do you want? What the world? Did I break in this? What am I doing here? No, Kevin, I just want you to come get in behind me. Well, it ain't going to happen. I'd be calling fools out. That's what I would be doing. Why? Because this is the time when you are believable. Guess what? I'm saying if it really happened, how many other people are going to go, hey, got to admit, same thing happened to me, Kev. Bruh, shoot. Denzel warned me. Don't take that role. Don't take that role, Kev. I'm just saying, why are they not? To me, this is the scandal. Why are they not saying anything? At the time when Hollywood is the most vulnerable. I'll answer that.
Kevin Jackson on the Black Sphere Radio Network.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS or state? The secret to avoiding the IRS nightmare is to seek professional representation. My friends at Security Tax Associates provide the most cost-effective and ethical representation in the industry while helping to avoid seizures, levies, and wage garnishments. Security Tax Associates is here to ensure that the appropriate steps are taken to permanently eliminate any possibility of future tax burdens once and for all. For a free, no-obligation consultation, contact Security Tax Associates, 844-779-4177. That's 844-779-4177. 844-779-4177. Or visit them at securitytaxassociates.com.